Hello and welcome. My name's Professor Silver, and tonight, I'll be exploring the history of Jessie's Gourgeist, detailing her transformation from an extra-large Pumpkaboo into a super-sized superstar. This video is brought to you by Incogni. Pumpkaboo debuted in the Bamboozling Forest shortly after Jessie arrived in Kalos. Her appearance was a welcome gift, as Jessie desperately wanted to replace all the Unova Pokemon she left at Rocket HQ. Jessie caught Pumpkaboo after tripping on the Pokemon stem, disturbing her sleep and enraging her psyche. Though the Ghost Grass type was caught without a fight, she showed major strength in her very first battle. Had Pangoro not blasted her off, she might have beaten the twerps with Leech Seed. Following her debut, Pumpkaboo partook in many of Team Rocket's Kalosian schemes. In addition to laying down cover with Leech Seed, she could often be seen fighting alongside Inkay. Pumpkaboo always tried her best, but the only Pokemon she beat in her base form was Mere Hawlucha in the Cave of Mirrors. Her luck in battle was so unfortunate that not even armor could earn her a win in Calling from Beyond the Aura. Ironically, Pumpkaboo's strong bond with Jessie likely led to her downfall in Pokevision of things to come. Her love for the trainer resulted in frustration being too weak to topple Fennekin's might. In Fork in the Road, A Parting of the Ways, Pumpkaboo further proved her loyalty to Jessie by opting to join James's team rather than disrupt the trainer's romantic fling with a handsome doctor. Luckily, the two of them reunited at episode's end. With James, Ash, and Serena's help, they also clobbered a poacher's Rhyperior. Just like Pumpkaboo always had Jessie's back, our sponsor Incogni will always have yours. Incogni is an invaluable tool in protecting your data. Not only does it reach out to data brokers on your behalf, but it also requests that they delete your info. All you need to do to use it is create an account, tell Incogni a bit about who you are, and grant them the right to issue takedowns on your behalf. From there, all of the work is completely automated. When I started using Incogni, I was surprised to find that over 100 companies were tracking me. Now, the number is dwindling by the day. It's vital that you stay vigilant in reducing your trackable footprint, as data brokers might sell it to anyone. That includes stalkers, scammers, and identity thieves. Data brokers often track your name, address, social security number, email, cell, and so much more, so signing up can also be a great way to reduce your spam. To get 20% off Incogni, click the first link in the description or use my code PROFESSOR. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. And now back to Pumpkaboo. Besides battling, Pumpkaboo also proved a huge help to Jessie by illuminating dark caves in the Clumsy Crier Quiets the Chaos, and competing in the Pokemon Sky Relay in A Relay in the Sky. In a festival trade, A Festival Farewell, it was revealed that Pumpkaboo cared for Jessie whenever she was sick, and was the only one of the Rocket Gang to remember her birthday. Jessie's giving of gifts to Pumpkaboo and Under the Pledging Tree showed that the loyalty never went unnoticed. Not only did the two of them share a strong bond, but they also loved to perform. In a showcase debut, they entered the Couramrine showcase in an effort to prove themselves Kalos' greatest performers. Although they were beaten by Shauna in the theme round, I definitely would have given them first place. It's not their fault that the crowd failed to understand the genius of dressing a pumpkin as a frightening scarecrow. Even though Jessie vowed that they would win their very next showcase, she traded Pumpkaboo for a Mawile in a festival trade, A Festival Farewell. She did so because Count Pumpka wanted Pumpkaboo to be the mate of his minuscule prince. Jessie initially rebuked the man's advances, but ultimately relented upon learning that Mawile can Mega Evolve. Pumpkaboo detested the prince, but agreed to the trade upon hearing of Jessie's betrayal. Because her species evolves through trade evolution, she evolved soon after the trade concluded. Ironically, the prince found Gourgeist entirely unflattering. It's great that he did, as his rejection prompted Jessie to realize how wrong she had been. After remembering all that Pumpkaboo had done for her, Jessie offered the Pokemon a heartfelt apology, professed her love, and demanded a trade back. The two of them were so excited to be reunited that they didn't even care that their very next battle ended in a blast-off. Thereafter, Gourgeist's new form proved an invaluable asset in Jessie's continued adventures. Although her battle record was mostly filled of losses like that of which she incurred as a Pumpkaboo, there were a few wins along the way. She pummeled Bunnelby and the Tiny Caretaker, savaged the twerps and Love Strike's Eevee Yikes, and put up a great fight against Team Flare in an explosive operation. In addition to appearing in many battles, Gourgeist also fended off pesky people, lit up the room in meeting at Terminus Cave, and chased her dreams of stardom by competing in many showcases. During the Anistar Showcase theme round in a performance top quiz, she served as arm candy, produced a stunning show using her spotlight, and laid down Seed Bomb. Although the performance didn't earn Jessie a win, Gourgeist more than made up for the loss by competing at the Couriway showcase in a dancing debut. To earn Jessie the Couriway Princess Key, Gourgeist sent her soaring, threw her into a spiral, launched Shadow Ball at Wobbuffet, and destroyed the reflected attack with Seed Bomb. Part of the reason that Jessie and Gourgeist won is that Eevee ruined Serena's dance, but that doesn't detract from their greatness. In preparation for her next performance, Gourgeist attended Pierre's ball and party dancecapades. Sadly, how she earned Jessie 2 more keys was never explained, as Jessie debuted them with no explanation in masterclasses in session. Before the masterclass started, Gourgeist established that she was like Jessie in almost every way. Like her master, she thought herself totally worthy of praise and admiration. As a testament to their union, the first round of the competition proved a major breeze. Gourgeist danced up a storm, produced stunning fireworks, cobbled up many stunning poses, and finished up with Shadow Ball. In performing a pathway to the future, she followed up the performance by doing her best in the semifinals. In a stunning display of grace and beauty, Gourgeist covered the field with Leech Seed, danced with Meowth, made Jessie tower over the crowd, created fireworks with Seed Bomb, and finished with Charm. Although she ultimately lost the competition, Jessie couldn't have been prouder of her performance. At episode's end, Gourgeist and her trainer celebrated all that they had accomplished together by embracing with a heartfelt hug. Following the competition's end, Gourgeist fought against the forces of Team Flare in forming a more perfect union, battled Ash one last time in battling with a clean slate, and joined Jessie in a show for the citizens of Lumio City in the first day of the rest of your life. Although Jessie had promised that Gourgeist would never leave her side, she left the Pokemon at Rocket HQ at Saga's end until we compete again. It's unknown if Gourgeist rotates into the Gotcha machine or sits idle in her Pokeball, but her presence was recently felt in Pokemon Journeys. Jessie was absolutely thrilled when she saw that Diantha was using a Gourgeist against both Lance and Leon. She was so impassioned by the Pokemon showing that she was brought to tears in the Masters 8. It's still unclear if the mention will lead to a reunion, so for now, let's get to Gourgeist's battle record. Gourgeist won against Mirror Ash's Hawlucha, Clement's Bunnelby, and Bonnie's Dedenne. She lost or got blasted off by pretty much everyone else. Move-wise, Gourgeist used Dark Pulse, Frustration, Leech Seed, Seed Bomb, and Shadow Ball. Jessie's relationship with Gourgeist is entirely reminiscent of her bond with Dustox. In their own special way, each Pokemon indulged her love of performance and theater. I love seeing Gourgeist morph into Jessie's arrogant twin, but I wish we could have seen her use better moves like Phantom Force and Trick or Treat. Seeing Diantha's Gourgeist in action made me realize how little Jessie actually utilized the unique moveset of her Kalosian ace. Beyond that, I'm also still a little bitter that Gourgeist didn't get an emotional send-off like Arbok, Dustox, and Mimikyu. It seemed really out of character for Jessie to abandon the Pokemon at headquarters without so much as a goodbye. While I hope that this will one day be retconned, only time will tell if my wish will come true. And with that, class is adjourned. I want to give a big thanks to Incogni and the channel's patrons for their support. If you'd like to help the channel as well, make sure to join the Patreon, subscribe, click that like button, and hit the bell so you're never late. Until next time, catch you later.